Hard to talk about, but that's why WWE booked these matches during the Attitude Era.
Damn, these matches were crazy. All the horny people were watching these matches.
Oh, what's up? Oh, what's up?
Yo, what up? It's Ahmadjay back here in another video. Today we're about to be reacting to a video by What Culture Wrestling. Video is going to be on 8 gimmick matches you'll never see in WWE again. When I think about this, man, my mind instantly goes back to the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era has a whole bunch of gimmick matches we'll never see again, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna be like putting them on these goddamn list. It brought the bra and panty matches because that objectifies women, and it was just so raunchy, bro. That will only go in that era. It can't go in this era because like a lot of kids are watching, bro. The mud matches, because I just feel like they're just too disgusting, and like the ratings, especially with the bra and panties matches, bro, you know how strict these niggas are now. Yeah, those are my picks right now. Those are really literally my picks right now, because yeah, bra and panty matches were crazy. Even though I liked it, but like, you know, nowadays a lot of people are fucking sensitive. That shit go viral on Twitter. But no, let's just get into the video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you've been enjoying the WWE videos. Let's get into it.
Here's the graveyard of forgotten nonsense. Number 8, bra and panties. So you actually still do get some fans asking for this back, and all I will say is you've got the internet, dude. If you want to do that, just Google it. It's all there. It is kind of hard to talk about, but that's why WWE booked these matches during the Attitude Era. They knew they...
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Yeah, bro. Call me a horny ass nigga, but Jesus Christ, bro. Man, you'll just never see this again, bro. This hyped me up. As soon as I seen this, I was like, damn. I mean, I've seen them all late, of course, because I was born in the 2000s. I was born in the 2000s, but yeah, bro. But when I seen this, I was like, in my mind, you know, when I grew up, I was like, oh damn, this shit raunchy, but damn, nigga, these women were just fine as fuck. I mean, it really sucks that they had them compete in this match, but like, they had no other choice nowadays. Well, they had no other choice to just not say no, because like, you know how Vince McMahon was back in the day. But damn, these matches were crazy. All the horny people were watching these matches, nigga.
Had horny teenage boys watching who didn't have access to a World Wide Web filled with naked women, so this was as close as wrestling was going to be able to get. In case you don't know too, it does exactly what it says on the tin. The loser is whoever gets stripped down to their underwear. I guess loser isn't the right term. Crazy. Most people celebrate it either way. Research actually will tell you that WCW may have done this first with their very literal rip off their clothes match, and my big issue mainly is with how it held back the women's division. During this time, female talent was even told to not punch like the men. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life.
That's
and believe you
crazy.
me, I've heard some dumb things. I mean, look at it this way. If we had kept to those ideals, you wouldn't get Charlotte Flair, you wouldn't get Becky Lynch, you wouldn't get Bayley, you wouldn't get Mercedes Moné. I mean, that list is...
I mean, you low-key had no choice. You low-key they had no choice. Like, bro, this shit wouldn't fly nowadays. This shit wouldn't fly back in 2015, bro. That shit was like getting stomped out around that time. Like, think of it. Like, they can't get away with shit. They barely made this change 10 years ago now. It's absolutely crazy as hell. They made the swift change. They still be treating the women's wrestling kind of crazy, but like, this shit would not fly.
Goes on and on. The first bra and panty match as well was between Trish Stratus and Lita, which also shows how silly it was, because they were the individuals doing their most to change the perception. I mean, it really is good that we have moved on, and I know it's of its time, and that's fine, I suppose, but not really. But the world has to change. Nothing else. This would be PR death if WWE did it today. You wouldn't be able to get away with it. Number 7, First Blood. I mean, on the one hand, I kind of hope I'm wrong. I really do.
Yeah, I don't think this would just kind of fly nowadays. They already shaky on blood. Even though, bro, it's crazy how like Netflix would like let them like see people bleed and shit, but like WWE just always add that little black and white filter or whatever. You're acting like kids have never seen blood before. These niggas is literally probably watching scary movies and shit, because we have a lot of irresponsible parents nowadays, but well, some of them are not. I'm gonna get that. But people are literally watching scary movies on a daily. They see fake blood or whatever. Pretty sure a lot of wrestling is fake blood, but like people be watching UFC fights.
But the truth is, WWE has shied away from blood these days. Netflix and sponsorships are too important to them, and blood, even in 2026, is deemed not good.
Wow.
I guess the red stuff just scares people. So with that in mind, it does mean a match where two opponents are trying to carve the other person's head open is super unlikely. It's not like WWE ever used it that much to begin with, but if you are of a certain age, you'll remember Kane and Steve Austin from the 1998 King of the Ring, which gave the Big Red Machine a 24-hour world title run. It's also kind of funny, because that was on the same evening that we had the Mankind and Undertaker Hell in a Cell match, so no wonder nobody talks about the main event. WWE seems to have chosen Hell in a Cell as their big blow-off match today as well, and you can get blood with that here and there. It is rare, but it's a much easier sell when it's not slap bang on the marquee. Somebody is going to get cut up, etc. If nothing else, history kind of tells us this. The last one of these did go down at One Night Stand 2008 between JBL and John Cena. But yes, if you are living and just waiting for another First Blood match in WWE, I would most definitely go and do something else. I don't think you're going to get it. Number 6, the Brawl for All. And thank goodness for that. If you want to talk about all-time bad ideas, well, this is right up there, and it's one of them. Essentially, Vince Russo woke up one day and thought, why don't we do a real shoot fighting tournament?
Okay.
The issue there being as soon as a wrestling show is...
My mind was low-key about to slip, but like all these wrestling pages and all these wrestling things always bring this up because one of the opponents got knocked out and it kind of, ruined his career.
Advertised as such, you're telling your audience that the rest of the card is predetermined. I mean, why don't you just take somebody's suspension of disbelief and throw it out the window? The other reason you can't do this in 2026 is because of how much the fight game has evolved. Fans were well versed in boxing back in 1998, but this was all before the rise of MMA. So if you did take wrestlers right now with no background and you threw them in the ring and told them to have a legitimate fight, well, the audience would instantly realize that something is off, and actually, that could potentially ruin somebody's career. I mean, nobody would think you're a tough guy anymore. You wouldn't be able to conjure it up. If we are going to break it right down as well, I didn't actually want to see this back then, I don't want to see it now. The beauty of wrestling is that it is an art form all of its own. We shouldn't be looking at ways to get around that. Just go and...
Honestly, I feel like if you are not a professional or something at real fights or something, you shouldn't. They shouldn't be like putting shoot fights into the fold, bro. I feel like it's just like watching, Well, honestly, anybody can just try to learn how to fight, but like professionally or just trying to box, it's just gonna probably look sloppy as fuck, bro. Nobody wants to see wrestlers, be brawling like that. Just wrestle.
Showcase it in all its glory. And I know a load of people now will also be going, but oh my gosh, Simon, imagine a Chad Gable or a Brock Lesnar was included. They're just singing off a different hymn sheet, man. Trust me. Be a really stupid idea. Number 5, an eye for an eye.
Oh
I mean, really, WWE only did...
This shit was terrible. This was the dark days of 2020, bro. I repeat, the dark days of 2020, bro. I mean, I know everybody always think about the Thunderdome and all that bullshit, but holy motherfucking shit. I used to hate seeing this, bro. When I saw this eye for an eye match, I'm just like, what is this gonna do? Like, how is this gonna even work? Like, why is this even a thing? And then when they finally came out with this, I guess Seth Rollins got bro's eye, and it was like a little tiny fake ping pong. I was like, bro, WWE, what the fuck is going on? I already probably knew this was probably a Vince McMahon idea because this shit reeked of the stench of his ideas. This shit was terrible. It makes me mad thinking of this. This is probably the really low point of the pandemic.
This because of the pandemic. Vince McMahon decided to keep audiences interested. We have to go crazy, so yes, Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins actually competed in an eye for an eye match, or the winner being whoever rips the other person's sight out of their face. I mean, that's totally insane. It sort of worked for Seth Rollins too, because he was meant to be a heel, but WWE actually wanted you to believe that all-time babyface and lovable guy Rey Mysterio would be happy to do this. It's borderline absurd. The way it was set up was funny too, because Rollins had tried to un-eye Mysterio and his son Dominic, and rather than, I don't know, somebody calling the police, WWE just booked the match. It also went down at Extreme Rules 2020, so I guess at least the pay-per-view was the right one. The finish, as you would expect, was stupid as well. Rollins drove Rey's eye into the steel steps.
Low-key, it kind of gave that little weird-ass iconic thing from from Seth Rollins when he was like... This shit was so stupid, bro.
And we were meant to believe that it
man.
popped out a little bit. Seth also sold this like he was going to throw up, but what was he
did throw up,
expecting?
didn't
You
he?
tried to rip somebody's eye out. So this isn't just a gimmick match that has been lost in time. It was a dumb concept to begin with. Unless you are going to make it a joke match, that's fine. Then you could make it work, and somebody can have one of those googly eyes. But no, this was treated as Super Serious 9000, and I appreciate the effort, I suppose. Now let's never do it again. Number 4,
Thank
the
God.
stairs match. So once again, I guess WWE could attempt another go at this, but the truth is, it's just a little bit lame. It felt like as we had the table, ladders, and chairs bouts, WWE felt like they could just take the different weapons from within that. So yes, at the actual TLC pay-per-view in 2014, Big Show and Eric Rowan engaged in a battle over some stairs.
Yo, I faintly only remember this match. That's how terrible it was. I only faintly remember this match because like I think Big Show always used to damn feud with the Wyatts around this time, and I only faintly remember this encounter.
As ever, WWE made sure this was as on the nose as possible because the rampway was lit with these things, and I think we mostly did that because there was a spot later when Big Show speared Eric through these. I mean, why
Jesus
not? They're right
Christ.
there to begin with. And listen, the truth is, while the stairs can be an effective part of the match, I don't think they can be the match. At the same time, I don't think you can rule this one out entirely because WWE has slowly slipped back into doing odd old ideas. But also, I don't think you can make it work. We've seen too much in 2026, so reducing it down to some stairs, well, ironically, that ain't never gonna hit the same.
Low-key, yeah, that kind of seems like a boring concept because like we already seen everything, like you said, and like everybody be introducing a lot of fucking stuff into like a hardcore or a TLC match, and honestly, like I think the mind has become desensitized. If they probably did this probably a long time ago, maybe it would go off, but like WWE has already introduced their wrestlers getting hit by a lot of shit.
Number 3, Buried Alive, which sort of ties into First Blood. It's less visually gruesome, but I can absolutely see WWE getting worried how sponsors will react to the idea of one human trying to bury another one alive. Now, WWE was actually very infrequent with these two because there were only 5 between 1996 and 2010. It's important to note that was for another reason, though. We had a single common denominator here. That was The Undertaker. This became his match. It's why the timeline does indeed show Undertaker versus Mankind versus Steve Austin versus Vince McMahon versus Kane, and that time where he teamed with The Big Show to face the Rock and Sock Connection. I mean, that one feels like a fever dream. It was very strange. And sure, if WWE ever
I feel like this was just a whole bunch of damn dirt everywhere and didn't need to be in WWE. Honestly, bro, honestly, I don't think sponsors will be that stupid to just think that, like, you know, who am I kidding? They probably will, bro. Because like I was going to go on ahead and just say I think sponsors wouldn't be that stupid enough to just say oh look at this person, he's getting buried alive on TV. I don't think they would care. I think there's a lot of like companies and sponsors around the world that will like, you know, a little bit of an edgy streak and edgy shit, but like all the light ones, all the like the light mean ones probably pay a lot of money, so that's why they probably would never do this again.
stumbled across a new version of the Dead Man, I think they may try and use this to their advantage and to establish the fact, but at the same time, it's been 16 years since the last one. I kind of feel
Don't
like
do
the
it
new
again.
regime sees this as something best left in the past. The alternative, of course, is once again making it somewhat of a joke match to take away from the very serious repercussions, which means, my friends, there's only one man for it, and that man is Danhausen. Number 2, the Punjabi prison. Because it is terrible. Before anything, the number 1 rule should always be, are the fans going to be able to see what is happening? And if the answer is no, scrap the idea.
Wasn't the last time that they had this match was Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton? I remember it being terrible, and I guess the sort of the highlight was seeing the Great Khali return, and it was just kind of stupid, bro. I feel like it's just like a rip off of like the Hell in a Cell. I don't know. It just felt really dumb. Oh man.
But guess what WWE did not do? Even when it began, it was a bust, because the idea was to sell this as the Great Khali's match of choice at the Great American Bash 2006. Khali then got injured, but the bout still went ahead because The Undertaker faced the Big Show, leaving you with the big old question, why on earth would they both agree to this? Fans checked out too, due to the fact nobody could actually make out what was happening, because the bamboo cell was an eyesore. You can see it on your screen right now, and believe you me, it's worse in motion.
Yeah,
To be fair,
annoying.
it was better when Jinder Mahal took it over and fought Randy Orton at Battleground 2017, but in total we had 3 of these, and look, nobody is asking for any more. Even though Khali made this his match too, he still kept the rule that somebody could climb out to win, which is exactly what Batista did at No Mercy 2007. I don't mean to be horrible, but it made the Giant look like an idiot. Throw in
Like, it just makes it meaningless. And seeing Khali climb a whole fucking ladder or something like that, and like slow and methodically, it's just awkward.
that every single wrestler that has competed in one of these has said it hurts like crap. Yes, we have Hell in the Cell. Just use that as your feud ender instead. You don't ever need to see this again. Number 1, the Lion's Den match.
Lions
It's a fair
Den.
play to Owen Hart and Ken Shamrock. I think when we first heard about this, we rolled our eyes because what was WWE doing? Well, those two guys knew. Did a great job. It was SummerSlam 1998 as well,
What
so
is
MMA and
this?
UFC hadn't exploded, but it was growing.
shit.
I mean, that's where Ken came from after all, and basically why this happened.
I have never seen this matchup. Yeah, this is definitely before my time. It was probably like 1998, depending on I think Owens close. Yeah. This was 1998 before, you know, he got into the Blue Blazer shit and got into that notorious accident. Rest in peace, Owen. But yeah, this was definitely before that.
Trying to tap into that world, we got the Lion's Den match, which was basically a weird version of the Octagon. However, as it did look so different from the rest of the show, I actually think it went and stood out. WWE also did a couple of more of these, including the long-forgotten one from Raw, and there, if you can believe it, Vince McMahon actually tapped out Shamrock after Jeff Jarrett interference. That one was really dumb, but yes, you can see what was happening there. Shamrock was then back to face Steve Blackman at the following year's SummerSlam, and again, it made sense. Blackman was as dangerous as Ken outside the wrestling world, so they really went at it. For some reason, WWE felt the need to include weapons, but it actually did work. It's rather underrated. I just once again don't think you can do it now because of the success of mixed martial arts. You get the worst comparisons, and nobody needs that in their life.
Oh my gosh, that ring kind of looks terrible. I mean, this is probably like good for a one-off, but like they said, it wouldn't probably fly because UFC will literally be kind of scolding them, even though the company is kind of like meshed into like partners. But like, yeah, I don't see that match going on no more. Worst on this match type they will absolutely never ever do is a bra and panties match. Now, I mean, the mud is like probably within that field too, but yeah, they would never do that again. And also, in my opinion, the worst on this match is probably the Punjabi prison. That shit looks terrible. But this one could probably compete for it because I'd never seen them do this shit before. But hey, let me know what was your guys' favorite one, or you guys probably like have some sort of match they probably would never do again. Man, y'all may do y'all research online or be like true deep wrestling fans before the 2000s. But don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We are on the road to 900. I'll catch you guys in the next video.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?